Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to talk about the weather health risk for Thursday, November 27, 2025, Thanksgiving Day. We do keep a series of graphics available at tpatw.com, and if you shop Amazon, we do have our patient weather shop on Amazon, and so if you go to Amazon/shop/patient weather, you can support our activities. Looking at the surface map, there is a meandering front running from Montana clear on through Wyoming, Colorado, down to New Mexico and West Texas. Everywhere west is relatively mild with a little bit of unsettled weather and some snow in Montana, but there is a massive high-pressure center pushing through the plains, covering almost all of the eastern sections of the country. Looking at our vitality index, it's a composite of all of those individual weather elements that can have an impact on human health. You can see we do have a focus of activity here in the Pacific Northwest, a more and greater area of interest across the Great Lakes, and the real focus of interest is here across the Appalachians, all the way from Florida, Georgia, up to Massachusetts. Looking at pressure change, and this is that one weather element that almost everyone looks to when they think about weather health. And we have falling pressure here in the Pacific Northwest, Washington, Oregon, pushing into Montana and Wyoming. But we have rising pressure across the Great Lakes from Minnesota, really across Wisconsin, Michigan, and the northernmost sections of Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. But the focus of interest will be this rising area of pressure all the way from Massachusetts down the eastern Appalachians, all the way to West Florida and Georgia, but really covering in the entire state of Florida. Temperature change, of course, will be interest with that massive Arctic front, and you can see that we have drastically falling temperatures up and down the Appalachians, all the way from Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, New York, down through the Carolinas, all the way down to Florida. The same issue we'll see for the dew point temperatures. The falls are all along that Appalachians, and the same with the vapor pressure. Again, we're focusing right on up and down the Appalachians. And the terrible news for Terrible Thursday, at least for the East, is that we will have a risk of migraine almost everywhere, from Minnesota down through Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, and then everywhere east, with a real focus of attention here about the northern Great Lakes, but the most significant area of migraine risk running from upstate New York, Massachusetts, all the way down the Appalachians, clear down into Florida, with that risk of migraine extending almost all the way down through the tip of Florida. Call it a throbbing Thursday or a throbbing Thanksgiving for much of the East. As we jump west, we'll see that there is a risk of asthma and arthritis, mainly in western Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana, but stretching down into Wyoming. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Your comments are appreciated, and if you hurt, let us know where you're located. And hopefully, of course, if you're at home shopping with that headache, we do have patient weather on Amazon. Think of us and go to amazon.com/shop/patient weather and buy your stuff and holiday activities through us.